Okay, so we are going to get into an episode talking about what to do when you feel completely drained. And um it's just life, right? And who's going to get through the day better? Let's fix all these things. I think that's going to be fine. We got the Daily Champ sign me. I'm ready for this. I told myself, we're just going to do it. We are going to do it. We're going to do it beautifully. We're going to do it well. I'm here. I'm here to have a conversation with you. I feel so grateful that I've had a lot of support from friends to help make this happen. And I set out on a mission to have conversations that are meant to strengthen your mindset. We're all doing the best we can, but I want to join you in being a champion in whatever you're doing. So let's get into the episode. Have you ever pushed so hard, producing, creating, showing up for everyone, and then suddenly you hit a wall and think, I need to stop for a minute, and I just need the world to take a pause because I need people to stop reaching out to me. So I'm just going to go shut my phone off for a few hours. But then you kind of wrestle with that too, right? But the truth is, the world won't stop. So you have to learn how to stop yourself. So today we're going to be talking about a rule that has saved my sanity more times than I can count. It's the 3-day rule. It's a simple structure that helps you reset when you're drained, you realign when you're overwhelmed, and return with clarity and actual vision, not the fog we often operate in. I'm Rachel, and this is the Daily Champ podcast, where we talk about what it really takes to build a life, a business, and a mindset that champions your next chapter. So today is one of those episodes that I wish someone had handed me years ago. So let me ask you, when was the last time you were productive, but internally you were running on fumes? That quiet exhaustion masked by output and accomplishment, and everyone saying, wow, you're doing so much. We all hit that point, and that's exactly when the 3-day rule becomes a lifeline. So, initiating a 3-day break as a business owner or a high achieving person is not weakness. That's what we're going to say here today. It's not. It's actually emotional intelligence, it's strategic leadership. It's how you prevent burnout before it knocks you flat. Research shows that short, intentional breaks increase creativity and long term productivity, but more importantly, they help you return to yourself. Doesn't that sound so good? Don't we all want that? So today we're going to break this episode into 3 parts, and we're going to talk about why the 3-day rule works, how to structure it so nothing falls apart, and how to return stronger and rebuild momentum. And yes, I'll share a couple of stories of how this rule even saved me and probably saved a few relationships too. Okay, part 1. Oh, do you guys want to grab a journal or a notebook or anything? Coffee, tea? This would be a great time to do it. So, part 1, why the 3-day rule works. When you step away for 3 days, something powerful happens, okay? Your nervous system unwinds, your brain stops scanning for fires, and your creativity wakes back up. I love that one. And you remember what actually matters. I've had so many times where I've been productive, but honestly, I was drained and irritated and no longer inspired by the work I love. And if you ask any of my friends around me, I am not fun when I'm irritated. And then I don't even like how I treat people. So I remember there was this week in the past year when I felt completely mechanical on calls and in meetings, creating content, yet I felt nothing inside. Have you guys ever felt that way? So I intentionally pulled the brake. I decided I needed to take my 3 days, no email, limited social media and text messages, no quick edits. And by day 2, I had realized I wasn't tired of the work. I was tired of the pace. There's a huge difference. 3 days isn't 3 days. It's not dramatic. Okay. It's just discipline. It's just long enough for a reset, but short enough that you don't lose momentum. Okay. Part 2, how to structure your 3 days. The way to make it work without guilt or disruption. Okay. Number 1, protect the window. Stack those meetings before and after so you can clear the runway. You can tell clients and partners you're unavailable during those days. Just be brief, confident, and direct. Number 2, set boundaries. Use an out of office reply. Let your team know emergency procedures, turn off notifications, get rid of that bolded email number that sits right on your inbox, you know? You know that one? Like, oh, yay, I got down to 4 emails and now there's like 32. No. It's probably 100 for some people, and I feel for you. And then number 3, actually disconnect. This is important. No emails, no calls, no planning, no just checking. Your mind needs true silence, not fake silence. And during these 3 days, you retreat. Ooh, retreating. I love that. I love that word. Probably one of my favorite words. So you're going to walk, you're going to rest, journal, reflect, pray, go offline, and just breathe. You're not seeing this as a vacation, but as a reset. And I'm going to share a personal moment. One time after a very tense week, rather than being intentional or creative, which are probably my 2 favorite things of the day, I was on autopilot. And so I had to initiate the 3-day rule. I agreed to slow it down so I can avoid any emotional spiraling. Now, while those 3 days, they didn't fix everything, but they prevented everything from breaking. And only to come back calmer, clearer, and more honest. Sometimes space is the medicine. Sometimes it's the boundary. Sometimes space is the clarity. And part 3, how to return stronger. Here's where most people mess up. They jump right back into chaos and undo everything. So my best tips to you are: 1, block your first day back. Give yourself margin. Don't schedule heavy meetings at 9 a.m. Ease back in thoughtfully. That's a great idea, especially if you go on vacation. Number 2, rebuild priorities. Don't tackle 20 things. All right. Start with what matters most based on who I became during those 3 days. Your clarity should influence the plan, not the other way around. And number 3, reinstate your positive routine. No more than a 3-day gap. There's another side to the 3-day rule. Never skip a good habit for 3 days. Skip once, fine. Skip twice, it happens. Skip 3 times, it now becomes a new pattern. So this rule applies to your morning routine, your workouts, your journaling, your prayer time, your creative practices. 3 days is basically the point where momentum changes direction. And my favorite, and probably the favorite for all you doers, let's talk about the practical applications, because this is where the rule becomes real. So for conflict, if you're emotionally charged after an argument, agree to a 3-day pause. Let each person self-regulate, reflect, and return grounded. This stops conversations from turning into emotional landmines. Okay, for burnout, if you're exhausted, take up to 3 days, no more. 1 or 2 days feels like a normal break. 3 days give you a reset. And beyond that, it becomes hard to return with the same energy. For habits, do not allow yourself to skip a positive routine 3 days in a row. It's far harder to rebuild a habit than to protect one. So, as I was prepping my notes for this episode, I realized I made this super great 2026 Vision Planning Guide. And it might be a great tool for you to use when you are possibly initiating the 3-day rule. So the guide isn't just a goal setting worksheet, it's a full transformation system that helps people plan their year with clarity, with intention, and structure. It's meant to remove the overwhelm and replace it with with a joyful, repeatable process. So I'll make that link available below. Okay, I'm going to close. So here's the truth. High achieving founders, builders, and creatives, we don't need more hustle. We need more intentional pauses. And so the 3-day rule is not an escape, it's a strategy. It's a reset button for your clarity, your creativity, and your leadership. And when you hit that moment where everything feels heavy, don't push harder. Don't force productivity. Don't pretend you're fine. Instead, step back. Take your 3 days. Let your mind settle. Let your vision sharpen. Let your energy return on its own. Because when you come back after those 3 days, you come back different. You come back grounded and you come back stronger. This is the core of real championship living, not running until you break, but knowing exactly when to pause so you can rise again. If this episode challenged you or encouraged you, share it with someone who's tired of cliches and ready for real conversations. If you want to keep growing together, join us inside the Club Champ Facebook group where we talk through the tough stuff and champion each other forward. Thanks for watching The Daily Champ. See you next week.